Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt. Going hard kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off-brand champion Mayday, the dog of the year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion El Rod, Champion Yellow Bird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs. Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt. Going hard kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off-brand champion Mayday, the dog of the year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion El Rod, Champion Yellow Bird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs. Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt. Going hard kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off-brand champion Mayday, the dog of the year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion El Rod, Champion Yellow Bird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
We're going to go through these champions.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt. Going hard kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off-brand champion Mayday, the dog of the year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion El Rod, Champion Yellow Bird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs. Let's talk about pit bulls.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, this is a special day. I know we don't do Saturdays, but we're going to do Saturdays today. We're going to do this Saturday today because we got a special guest. Good friend of mine. Good friend of mine from Gotta Eat Kennels. It goes back a long way. A good friend, good dog man. He really got hot after I moved on. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to start off. I'm going to show you some of the dogs that he got. All right? We're going to start off with one of his champions here, Champion Criminal. Okay. That's Gotta Eat Champion Criminal. As you can see, guys, this is a Boyle's dog. Real nice looking Boyle's dog there. You also see the formula. Nice dog right there. That was probably one of the first ones that I seen You know, and I seen him make that breed and get that puppy and raise that damn dog, man. Everything about that dog come through him. Everything about that dog came through him. And then after that, he just went on the building street. Now, he had some dogs prior to that. I'm going to take you back. Before Criminal came along, I'm going to take y'all back into some other stuff here right quick. Okay, this is Criminal's son, Champion Blood Raw. This is Champion Blood Raw. Another 3-time winner. Another good cross. You see the formula. Nice red dog there. Okay. This is one of the dogs that I met when I first met him. This is the dog that I seen him with. Bad dog right there, guys. This is Champion Banks. Again, another nice cross. Remember the formula, guys. Remember the formula. There's only one open gen right there. You see it right there? That would be at the second, but look at everything else. Winners produce winners. When a nice bloodline, he sparked it up. That Geronimo dog, bad boy. Like you said, a 5-time winner off the chain. No, that was him getting his hands wet when he first came into the game and getting his feet wet. He was just taking Geronimo. Anybody step in there, boy, they was catching hell. Now, he was one hell of a bulldog. He got to run into some dog, man. Hey, man, will you match that damn dog and stop playing with that motherfucker? And that's why he became a 1-time winner. He was already old by then. But hey, man, 5 times, man, at least get a win out of that dog off the sanctioned match. And he did. So he was a 5-time winner. The man didn't fear nobody. He didn't give a fuck where you came from. That was a bad dog. So I was glad to see when he finally got his feet wet in the box on a sanctioned show, because he made the dog something he really deserved. He could have been a grand champion. I'm going to tell y'all. That's the truth. That dog was every bit a real bulldog. Okay. Now, from Banks, and as you see the bottom side of Blood Raw, it was coming by the Banks stuff. So this man, as you see, Gotta Eat was doing what his thing was on his own yard. Now, me and him used to spend many times together, boy, with me running that formula to him. You know, we used to go back and forth, and he's a hard man. He's a hard man. We used to have some real good bulldog clashes, you know. But as time went on, he started seeing the light. And when he started seeing the light, he started figuring it out, boy. You couldn't stop him from there. That Gotta Eat came up. This dog right here is Blood Raw. Another 3-time winner. All right, so guys, I'm going to introduce you and bring him on to Gotta Eat 7. That's what we call him. Gotta Eat 7. 7, you on, bro?
Yeah, what it is, man?
They hear you nice and clear. This is your show now.
What you got going now? I see you got me showing off. I see all them boys. That's what they want. What they want to know.
It's your story. Start off with the dog. Start off with Geronimo. Yeah.
But I see you got a Blood Raw dog up there.
Oh, don't worry. No, you don't worry about the TV, because it's going to be a delay. Okay. If you want me to start off with Banks, I'll go ahead and go to Banks.
Okay, yeah, we on the bunch. That's what's going on. Yeah, Banks, it didn't start with Banks. It started off with my Geronimo dog. You know, that was my first dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, not really my first dog, my first good dog. How about that? You know, I was young, you know, in the game, but it starts off with my Geronimo dog, which was a heavy bred Borneo dog. You know, I had fun. I had a lot of fun with him, but you know, that bullshit. I beat a lot of dogs, man. I beat a lot of good dogs, man, with it. And as a matter of fact, I ended up selling that dog, but I had made some breeds with it, which produced the Banks dog. You know, and I, like I said, and I didn't do it all on myself. You know, I had some help. You know, I had some guys that did some help me out with these dogs. That's what made up for the God Eat lines. You know, dogs, them Thug Life Kennel and original Florida boys was they did the right thing with the dog. You know, and continue to do most of the wins with the dogs, you know, because I didn't do. I was mostly of a breeder of a lot of my dogs. You may started them off, but you know, I didn't. A lot of times they got finished in other kennels, in other camps, you know. And so, but like that Banks dog, he was another good dog I used, and then so forth after Banks. You know, I ran into the straight boys dogs once they was born. I went to use them the criminal stuff. You know, and the criminal stuff is really what I got really locked into the boys dogs. You know, which this criminal had a lot of good dogs. My criminal had a lot of little mates that's not even on the board, man. That breeding produced like shit. That breed produced like 5-6 winners, man. That criminal, it was 11 dogs in that litter, and it was amazing that all those dogs did that well. Every male out that litter got matched. Every one of them. And ain't one out of that bitch didn't get matched. But all of them not on the board.
Looking like he looks like Crazy Tippy.
Huh?
He looks like Crazy Tippy.
Like who that?
A criminal. I was looking at a picture of him here. We got him up.
He kind of got that tippy look. He got the original, you know, Dirty Mary look. You know, that's that Dirty Mary color. Really, you know, that really lets you know when you're back there. You know, down my way, we call them Newports. You know, but it's really a Dirty Mary. That's the Dirty Mary in them dogs, man. You know, when you see them dogs come out that color there. But that dog right there, that criminal dog is was a devastating dog. I say he had to be the most devastating dog I seen. You know, I had. That bitch will kill you in a minute. You know, that motherfucker, he done his first show, and I matched him at 20 months. He was in the box at 20 months doing for his first one. I hooked him at 18 months old.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was there. I remember that. That's right, I was.
You was there. When I brought him out, you know, that first time, he was 18. He was 20 months for his first show. But he had to be the most, you know, hard hittingest dog that I have seen in a while out of all them dogs. But his mouth, the mouth that he kills still runs in his dogs. You know, the one thing about my blood, the mouth stay there, if not nothing else. You know, and that's just we can't get away. If you ain't biting, you ain't got eat, though. I can tell you that. That bitch ain't biting. He gonna eat your ass up if he don't do nothing else. But that all come from the criminal dog. And back to my criminal's mom. Criminal mom had a lot to do with shit, man. Criminal's mom, she right off that hitman dog, Gold Digger. Gold Digger, that baby. Everything she dropped was gas, you know, and I got to say it all came from the Gold Digger side because I ain't seen much came from Stinger myself. But anyway, I took the criminal dog and did a breed with him. I bring him back into my back into my bank stuff. which produced the Blood Raw dog. You know, and the Blood Raw dog, you know, I think I started his career, and then I moved on to some other boys, finished him up. You know, that's pretty much how a lot of my dogs went. And but they still using this stuff, and we still got it around. You know, it's still around. You know, me myself, I ain't doing no. I'm not really doing no dogs right now, but I still got my blood. I got plenty of blood. But you know, I ain't done a dog in about shit. It got to be some years.
Well, they are some very good bred dogs.
All my dogs is really based up off that criminal dog. That dog is really he the ticket, you know. And then, you know, like I said, Blood Raw produced too. Blood Raw got the champion Eagle Eye dog, which we put together. You know these.
Now, who did you?
I put the banks on the bottom of him. I put the bank stuff on the bottom of him to come up with the Blood Raw stuff.
Okay.
And like you say, there is a formula. You can see the formula, don't you?
Oh yeah, we see the formula.
You can see the formula. It's a formula. You know, you gotta, you can see the formula.
Hey, Seth. Hey, let's talk about some of them conversations me and you used to sit out and have about that formula.
Oh yeah. We done had some. Yeah, we done had our things. You know, me and you, we'll have at it. I remember I used to battle you a little bit, and but that's the reason that's really how I got the formula. You know, was having those talks and those disagreements and all that shit right there. That's what made me that's really how I got the formula right there. You see, you look at those dogs right there, you know, they ain't even being put together today like that, you know. But that was you gave me a lot of insight on the formula. I seen how a lot of things was going, you know, and it was plain to see, like your formula, you could see it there. And if you just look at the good dogs, and you could, you know, the formula be in your face every time when you look at a good dog. You know, and but I actually got it from you, you know, personally. You know what I mean? Just seeing how your shit was put together. So I had to step it up. You know what I mean? All them black ass pedigrees wasn't gonna work. Fucking was going hard, you know. So that's what really stepped out my game. Or that's what really made me step my game. Or really looking at your pedigrees. You know what I mean? I you know, and that's why. We would sit in that bitch and go on, and but you was part of why the motherfuckers were sitting there like that. Man. You can believe that, because I didn't see the formula at first. I didn't see the formula when I first got in the dog. I was just doing dogs. I didn't give a damn. But then I had a little luck, you know what I mean? But when I first got in the game, I had a little luck. You know, you can call it luck, but I had to be lucky for a long motherfucking time, because them motherfuckers kept coming. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? So, but it was a formula. It was, you know, and then, hey, you get away from the formula, it's going to get away from you. So,
okay, now, on your when you was setting these breedings up, how did you know when you was a person that did a lot of research? What brought you to Milkman? What took you to Milkman? Remember when you went and got that bitch?
I wouldn't have bred the Milkman. I wouldn't have bred to the gold digger bitch.
That's right.
Yeah, but I didn't get the gold digger bitch. She came from Milkman. Milkman had bred her, but I bought her from Stickman. I got her from a friend of mine named Stickman. You know, and I got him. I got him and her brother. Him and her half brother that was right off of Hitman champion. And then I took her back to Milkman, who had Stinger. He had Stinger at the time, you know. You know, the Cougar, and so I went and bred her back to him, and that's how I came up with the litter, which, but
Now, you know what I noticed about those dogs at 7 was that they have beautiful bodies, real muscular, beautiful bodies. That's a nice characteristic of the Boyle's dog. Do you believe that?
yeah, that's the main characteristic of the Boyle's dog. It is not. It is, but it's some of them that don't carry it as hard as I think my dogs really got a mean. Them bitches got a mean motherfucker body on them. They carry it very, very, very hard and very well. But the Boyle's dogs are very athlete dogs, you know, and they come built like that. Them bitches come. Yeah, that's how they come. And then I got to say that's how they come because when I've been doing them, that's how mine come. But I have seen other Boyle's dogs that don't be as quite defined as my dogs. They have different stature. They don't be the same. But hey, but overall, to answer the question, yeah, they pretty much come like that. That's how the Boyle's dog gonna be. You know, that's a motherfucking race car. That bitch, you know, he trying to get it done. You know, he not built really to go out there and fuck around with you for 2-3 hours. You know, and I'm a believer there, and I don't want to be out there with you 2-3 hours. And if you could be, you know, an hour, hey, get your money, man. You know, that's real. You know, and I know what I'm dealing with. These are motherfucking quarter horses. You know, you get it done, man. You know, if you ain't got one getting it done, you need another one. But you ain't got the right one.
A7, they was very yeah, they was very lucky because man, you was sitting down coming up with a master plan. Remember we was gonna go and cross our dogs together.
Oh yeah. I remember. I think that it might be up there. You know what I mean? I think we was gonna breed the baby, and one of them dogs you had.
Yes, sir.
You was gonna breed criminal. You was gonna breed criminal
to baby.
To baby, criminal to baby.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah, that shit was gas right there, man. You shit. That was the real deal. That's the formula. You better believe it. That bitch, that's second to none. That breed produced a lot of dogs, but you know it. You even had one of them. You had a brother the criminal.
Yes, I did.
You had a brother the criminal, and I think I gave you another. What happened? I gave you a bitch, or you bought a bitch or something. You had a boy and a girl.
Yes, I did. I was set up to do it.
It was 11 on them. You had a boy. You had a sister to cram. You had motherfucking Speedy. They stole Speedy.
They stole my Speedy.
They stole Speedy from me. Yeah, you had Speedy. The little make the criminal.
Speedy was my bitch, boy. Tell me Speedy wasn't a trip, man.
Yes, yeah, you had Speedy over there. And you had that little male. Somebody had the male. They had the other little male was in Tampa. What that little male was? Yeah, you had a couple of them dogs, man. Like I was saying that them dogs produce that Stinger the Gold Digger is way much more than what people see right there. You know what I mean? You know the story. That shit got a lot of winners, man. That shit, it was 6 males in that bitch, and every one of them motherfuckers went to the boxing, man.
Yes, they did.
Every one of them.
Every single one of them.
Every one of them bitches, man. and they still, and them dogs, you know, and that's how he produced. When he produced it, you know, that way. But now, you know, we don't got a little far away from it now. But that motherfucker there was. He was the elite. That's really what the base of my blood right there, the criminal dog. You know, that's what you got right there. It's criminal, the Banks dog. You know, it's Geronimo dog. That's them pretty much the dogs that make up the line, and It's heavy. It ain't all heavy boys. It ain't all heavy boys. You got the Eli. You got to let Eli that run through the bench though. You know, so it has it out. It ain't no it has a small out in it. But that's what that's what makes up the daddy blood.
Now, what made you go into the boil breeding? What I mean, was it Geronimo? What took you that direction? What piqued your fancy about the Boils dogs?
What took me that direction was I had ran into some legal problems, and I let the what it was, the Geronimo and the bank stuff get away from me. You feel me? Well, I didn't let it get away from me. You know, I ended up letting some other camps get it. You know, and I was gone for a while, and so when I came back, they had it, and so I stepped back into the game, and I had a friend who got into a little trouble. He had some dogs, and which is that gold digger dog, and I ended up getting her and her brother to really help a man out. That's how I ended up going into the strict Boils dog right there. But I knew these dogs were good dogs. Don't get me wrong. I knew I had to visit them. I knew about them. I knew about the gold digger bitch, and I always wanted her. And so anyway, he called me to get that bitch. And so once I got her, that really initiated my step in the going to really staying right where I was at. And then I had the Geronimo dog, which is straight Bolio dog with the handicap and him. And so I thought that was it was what was working for me. And that's what made me just really stay right there. Because I had everything. I had all types of shit. Cowboy dog, Eli dog. I had tried all everything else, you know. But those dogs worked for me. Them dogs worked for me, and hey, that's what really put me with the Boils dog, the Boils Bolio dogs, you know, Boils Bolio boomerang dogs. That's what really got me on those dogs, because it's what worked for me. And so once it did, I just kind of stayed in that lane, and that's pretty much how I got to the Boils dogs.
Now, you know, man, you used to have those knockdown drag-outs over me trying to convince you, the 7, you can make this a whole new game if you learn how to breed this shit. And we used to have so much fun. Man, we spent hours doing that, 7. We spent hours doing that, damn near every day. So it was.
Yeah, I know it. That's all we did. Research. You have to really know. It ain't all about just getting out there in the dirt with them motherfuckers. You got to know what's going on around you. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people miss, that research. You know, because it's real. You know, it's real. You know, it ain't all about checking them. You got to check on what you're fucking with.
And
we used to go through it and over about how to breed. This is how to breed it and how to breed them. But this way, I believe that when it comes to the Boils, dogs, and any line, you know, you're gonna find good and bad in there, you know. So if the Boils by itself will always be my choice now of dog. Now that's my elite dog. Now, but. So, you know, but like, I know what they is, you know, I don't give a damn where they come from, who got them, you know, I know just what they is. The motherfuckers killers, they're going to get it done right then, you know what I mean? And you don't find that in all of them. You know, but when you got one, you got one. And, you know, hey, that's just my caliber dog, but if you want to sit out there, you know, you want to be out there, well, you want to guarantee some stay out there, you know, hey, you got to put yourself on it now. If you want to guarantee some stay, and if that's, you know, if you feel better that way. But me, I hunt for a different thing. I hunt for a motherfucker that's not going to be out there, you know what I mean? But I'm not looking for to be out there.
And that's what I liked about it.
If they take it to you, that is not what I be looking for. That's why we call them gotta eat dogs. So bitches gotta eat. You know,
you have been. Hey, I knew once you started digging in, bro, I knew that you was going to turn into a professor. People don't really know how deep. I'm trying to tell them. This man, when he says research, he brings it to a whole new level. This is a professor. This is why it was hard to break through when we started out doing this together. It was hard to break through to him because he was set in certain ways. But once he figured it out, man, and it took him a minute because by the time he started cranking up, man, I was already heading out the door. I had some great dogs, man, coming from me, man. I was getting ready to cross that shit with my shit, man, and somebody got a whiff of it. It didn't take them long to hit my yard, and they knew exactly what they wanted. But I can tell you, when he says research, this man will dissect a pedigree. When I say dissect, I'm talking about he don't like no flaws. He knows everything about most of the boys' dogs. He knows their downfalls, and he knows their biggest assets. And I can tell you, when he put together some dogs with great ability, great bodies, great mouth, that's from hard research. I mean, choosy, very choosy. He is definitely a choosy guy when it comes to him stacking what he's trying to do. And like I said, champions produce champions. And one thing for sure, he looked like me up on here. That's me and that's a me and 7 thing. When I was doing all this is what me and
he got that champion Evil Eye dog. He's all over Blood Raw. He
Let me see if he's there. Let me see if I can find him.
He was a very he's one of my great dogs, man. That Evil Eye dog. I really liked that Evil Eye dog. Him and Criminal. Them was about to be the most devastating dogs I've seen. Them are real boss dogs. That's what a boss dog's supposed to do. They're supposed to be. A boss dog is not no dog you're supposed to get and go out and say you're gonna do something with him and you expect to be there. If you're betting on that motherfucker, if your whole reason for going to, hey, I know this dog won't quit out, I know this, you got the wrong balls on. That's not balls dogs. Balls dogs, they're not. That's why they get such a bad rap, because the people don't understand what the fuck they're dealing with, or even what they're looking for. How about that? You know what I mean? So, like, if you got a game balls dog, if you got one that's you don't sing that bitch 2-3 hours and all that, I don't really like that balls dog. That's. I ain't gonna say I don't like him. Hey, I ain't gonna say I don't like him, but that's really not it. You know what I mean? That's not it. That's not what they represent. Them bitches are finishers. They get it done in 20, 30, 40 minutes, man. And if you don't got that type of devastation in your dog, that's something your line need to be tweaked or something, because, hey, we lose a little mouth here and there, we lose shit here and there, but that's really what you're supposed to be looking for out of boys' dogs. You're not looking for stretch. I don't want a bitch to stay with my dog. I don't want to look at a dog and say for 2 hours to prove that he's supposed to go to the box. Or pursue dog him. I want that bitch to run through every goddamn thing I test him on in seconds if you can.
Hey, 7,
that's the bitch I'm looking for, huh?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hey guys, I got damn near 77 people in here. I know this man got y'all stuck on hold, but I don't have but 3 likes. Get them likes up, guys. I'm taking a time out for y'all to click that like button. I got 3 likes. I know y'all deep into this, but
you have 34, but it's 70 in here. I want them likes to come up.
Hey, we need them likes to come up, man. I need to see them likes. I know we got stuck on listening to 7 because it's very interesting, but hey, I want him to see the likes, okay? Just take time out. I'll be getting back on here.
I want thumbs up.
But I want some thumbs up. You know what I mean? Because this is some good info. This is a real good friend of mine. And I like to see somebody. Remember, this is the third person that came through here.
Talking too loud.
This is the third person that came through here. And again, we have all, these guys have all sat down and enjoyed time with me. And you see, every single one of these guys are successful dog men. Every single one of them. And I know y'all got stuck on that because I got stuck. You know, I got stuck on just listening to him. You know, going hard Mike sitting here looking at the damn mic like he's right here in the room. We all got stuck on him. But look, give me a minute here, y'all, and hit them likes. Get them likes up. Get them thumbs up, man. Let me turn him back over to you. But I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that y'all showed the love. All right, Seven, sorry about that, man. We was all mesmerized, man. I had to get them likes up, man. We was all just sitting here listening to you. But go ahead on, my friend. Now, my next question to you would be, if there was anything that you could add to that line, which way would you take it?
Well, right now, and so, you know, if you was gonna add, you know what I mean, if you was gonna add something, I would, me personally, you know, I would, you know, try to, you know, but I don't have no reason to add, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, you know, like I said, like I was just explaining, it's just what you're looking for, you know, it's kind of what you're looking for, you know. But you know, it's really what you're looking for. I'm not looking to be up there forever. I really don't get the question. I run the question back again so I'll be sure what I'm saying right now.
Okay, I was saying, well, you really answered the question. I was just talking about the dogs of the day. If you wanted to add something to your line, the Gotta Eat line, you know, remember back in the day when we was gonna cross them our two lines. We had very rough dogs, and we knew if we crossed these two lines up, they would be in trouble. Do you still feel like that today?
Oh yes, without a doubt. Now, if I added something to it, it would be I would have to say the mating dog. It would have to be the mating. I would really love it to be the going hard dogs because I know how the going hard. The going hard is a little bit more than mating, you know. But you know, just to get you in mind, I would really go that route there, the mating, because the mating has the bolio, you know, the bolio on the bottom, you know, and we'll just have it out of the yellow pretty much, you know. And which, yeah, I would go that route. You know, if I was to add, that will be the add. That is the additive. You know what I mean? To the boys' dog. To me, if anybody was going to go or try to go, it would be the mating dog. It would be, I would say a mating cross.
Yeah, like Skins. Skins was a cumulative dog that was bred that way, and he showed, and he looked just like your shit. Now, those dogs had a familiar thing that they was focused. They was focused. I noticed that a lot about the newer ones. Like the ones, Skins was a focused dog. Criminal was focused. You know what I'm saying? They was not so much like Wolves dogs have ability, but they didn't have the focus and the intensity that I saw in your dogs. Was that was that because you was doing the work? Was that from you working with those dogs when they were young? Because that was another thing. You put a lot of time into your puppies.
See, now that's the trick. That's the trick right there, man. That's it. That's where you're gonna get your most success out of a boy's dog. You know, I can, that's what has been my success. I spend a lot of time with mine. You know, when they're young, Oh, yeah, I spend a lot of time heavy. That's one thing I'm really into when it comes to a dog because I don't like a skittish dog. I don't like a dog that's not familiar with shit, So, and then I have learned over the years that you know that it works. That's part of the formula. You know what I mean? I had to, it ain't just it ain't just. But with me, it was easy because when I was young, I just had a love for dogs back then. So I was automatically doing these things, and then but when someone else wants to get the dog ain't it's not acting like mine, but it's the fucking same little mate brother, same dog. It's not the same. Their dog's just not like mine, but I spend a lot of time. I do over, yeah, that's what I do. When I did it, that's what I did. I didn't. Yeah, I ain't do nothing else. I ain't do nothing else. I wasn't going all day from my dogs. I did my dogs. I damn it was we was a pack. Goddamn it, we was always there. We was always there. And so I kind of feel like you have to deal with them dogs. The boys dog especially. I don't know. Them bitches, the more time you spend with that dog, if that dog, you and that dog in sync, that you're gonna get a better dog out of that dog because he's there to get it done. He's not there for all night. He's there to get it done. And if you're in sync, that bitch, he's gonna get it done. One thing you can't be scary with a dog, man. You can't. If you scared in that motherfucker, the dog's scared in that motherfucker. He worried that bitch going. He can feel you. He know you fucking worried. So he's looking back at your motherfucking ass. He's like he about to jump the fucking wall. So that's with me. I think that's part of it. You know what I mean? But it's a connection. These bitches are real. They know what's going on. They know. That's all I can tell you. They know. And if you think you can just throw that motherfucker some dog food and expect for that bitch to go out there and risk his life for you, you got another fucking thing coming. You're gonna go. You got some of them now. You got some of them to fight for the president. You got some of them bitches. Go, but it's very rare. I don't give a damn what line they come from. I don't give a damn what line they come from. You're gonna have some kind of relationship. That dog gonna be done felt some kind of. He done got exposed somewhere, man. Maybe it was just a second. It was, some dogs, it don't take much for them bitches to get past that hump. You know what I mean? It's just a small hump. It's a small hump that just got to get past. And once he get past it, he's ready for the world, then. And so that's what I try to install in young dogs early. I try to install that in them very early. Because that's half your damn battle right there. If the bitch don't know what's going on, if you don't know what's going on around him, you got a skittish ass dog. That's why you see some people walking there with dogs that skittish as fuck, but the bitch might still do what he do, but it's not a good look, man. I tell you that. I can't stand it. I'm not having it. I can't have it. So once I do spend these times, and what it does for me, it gives me a faster chance to know what's going on. When I do spend these time with these dogs, I get a fast reaction. You know what I mean? I get a fast reaction, so I don't have to wait all fucking 2-3 years, a year or so to find out is this motherfucker here right or whatever, because I done already, I got this bitch going. You get a fast reaction. You know it. So with that, when I give it to them that way, and they don't get it, I don't have to wait forever. You know what I mean? If you still slumping shit, you still acting like you're not ready. You're not the one, because all of them ain't gonna get it. All of them ain't gonna get it. They just not. They don't have it. All of them just don't. It's a zinc. It's a look in the eye. Really, you know what I mean? You can really pretty much tell them, man. You can pretty much tell them motherfucker this. they very, 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 very highly, you know what I mean? They yeah, they're not like the average dog, man. These dogs are over. They're pretty much, some people will call them a hard keeper. They're pretty much hard to keep once you get one of them motherfuckers going. Well, that's how you want them. Anyway, them the ones that you're looking for. Those hard keepers, man. You know what I mean? They people call them hard keepers, but they're not hard keepers because you don't know how to keep them. You know. So you know what you're dealing with, and it's the way you put them, and the way you handle them, the way you put them up, the way you do things, and things you put around them, and it's not that fucking hard at all, because you know what you're dealing with. It's a hard keep when you don't know what you're dealing with. You know, but they're very highly active dogs, and very, you know, they're very, very, very outgoing. They're the most, I would say, crazy dogs out of all bloods that I think, you know, that I have seen. You know, I've seen, you know, everybody get crazy. All lines they got their thing, but the boys dog is that bitch a problem. So that's another reason I never left once I started, because they gave me my kind of dog. That I liked it, you know. I never liked it, you know, laid back. You know, bodies looking like shit, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers come out right, man, and so that's what really kept me. I think they are a true definition of the pit bull terrier. You know, when you look at one of them motherfuckers, you see pit bull terrier. That bitch don't like nothing else but that, you know, and so that was one reason I fell in love with the boys, dog.
Now, me and
you,
you,
they athletes, and they just, I think they're the best dogs. Not the best, not saying like not the best dogs. They're the best dogs for me. You know, I think they're the best. You know.
Now, me and you used to spend a lot of time on the yard. I used to come over there. We spent a lot of time on the yard, psychoanalyzing the yard, the pups. You know, them used to be our funniest moments, man. You know what I'm saying? It was some.
Yeah. We didn't, you know, them was the days. You know, we didn't give a fuck. You know, we gave a fuck, but we didn't give a fuck.
Yes, sir. That's right. And guess what, man? The results show. I'm trying to teach these guys and show these guys and see you're a receipt. What I'm explaining to these guys, you are a receipt and reflection of what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Get this game back the way it used to be. It has changed a lot. What do you see in the game that has changed a lot and you have stepped away? What do you see the difference in? What do you see now?
Well, it ain't, it's, the change is, I guess, is more, you know, it's more young people than what it was that you were running to back in the day. You know, back in the days, seemed like pretty much, you know, the dog man, but you know what I mean, they was older, you know, they was more mature, they handled shit a little different. But I was young too, so when I got there, so I guess, you know, I had my time as being that young cat in it too, but it's just, you know, that's really, you know, that's pretty much the whole change of it, that the dogs is, and they're being scatterbred, and it's only based on because people just don't know what they're doing with the dogs. You know, you got a lot of, and it's really, like I say, I hate to say it, to keep saying it that way, but it's really like when I see it and I think about a guy who's doing what I'm saying, it's a young guy, and so that's why I keep saying young. But you know, that's really what's the only difference in it. That's why you see pedigrees and set up the way it's set up nowadays, because it's just it's nobody with no direction in the shit, you know. But now these guys successful now. Don't get me wrong. A lot of these guys, they're successful. You know, they doing their thing. You know what I mean? But that's all it's about. You know what I mean? See, people don't got away from the real breeding, okay? You know, breeding the dogs, you know what I mean? That's what people have, that's the difference, okay? That's what I'll give you that right there. That's what's different. Breeding the dogs, you know, it's really not, you don't see that, unless, you don't see that as common as you were back in the day. You see a lot of shit that's being taught everywhere. But, hey, it works, but it's not, that's the only difference I see. You know, it's not the same. That's why we can't really run in the throw dogs the way that you want them. You know, he might respect, but the blood is not right because it's so, you know, there's so much shit. There's so much different shit in it, you know. But you know, he won. He's a winner, and that's all these guys care about. You know, but you got to find this way. But I guess, hey, that's the way it goes. But that's what made a dog. That's what made the first dog. It was just a dog doing it. You know what I mean? It's not. You got to remember these bloodlines are names of dogs, and so I guess that's what made the first dog. You know what he did, and you know. So I guess these scatterbred dogs will be our new dogs here out the wild. It would be a whole bunch of shit here and there and there and there, but hey, that would be it. But that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Time, that's where it'll be.
So that's why I'm staying focused on the formula. I'm trying to clean them up, Seven. I'm trying to show them that. Okay, there's a lot of guys out here that's making good breedings, like you were saying, but it's like a lot of people are missing the formula. They're missing that key, that indexing of the bloodlines.
Yeah, a lot of them missing the formula because it's not that hard to even put. I mean, I'm sorry. It's harder nowadays. It's hard to put together the formula. Okay, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
It's hard. It's hard to put together the formula. It ain't easy as it was back in the day because there's so much going on nowadays that, you know, it ain't as loose as it was. You just ain't introduced. And then on top of that, people ain't giving you shit. People ain't giving up the game. So I come up in a time when a man would truly give you some game on this shit here, man. A man would truly help you out. A man would truly breed his motherfucking champion to you for nothing. You know, I'm talking about it's a different type of people, but so right now, these people you got out here now, and the way the world is, it's just, hey, this is where it done came to. You know, you can't just run up on that bitch because the formula, you know what the formula is. The formula is a motherfucking stacked pedigree. You feel me? That's what it is, right down to the bitch who producing it, who putting it out. So that's what the formula is. And so when you get that right there in your hand, it's hard to even really come up with a guy unless you know it. You know, you got to really know it yet. You know, it ain't that hard, but you got to know it. Anybody just can't do it, especially like these random guys that's out here just come out breeding the dog and trying to come up with the formula. It just ain't gonna happen like that. And a lot of bitches have broke down the formula. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. A lot of them bitches broke down are the ones who do have the proper dogs to breed to. That, you know what I mean? You can't. You know, you got to know somebody. I can tell you that. You got to know something. It's not that hard. It's not like it was back in the day. Where you can just ease up and a bit to help you, tell you, and it leads you to a good dog. You know, and you know it ain't happening like that. So it's gonna be hard. That's why you see these dogs on there now. And they winners. They're good. They're gonna make up their own. They're gonna make up their own way. They're gonna make their own way through that motherfucker and build up because. That's it. It's really broken down. I seen the pedigrees that were showing up on that you showed. I think the other night. There was a lot of nice pedigrees come through there. Now there was a lot of, but all those pedigrees that you saw, where's the fucking dogs? Okay, you know that those are pedigrees. You know we got this that people were showing, but in all those look right. But I guarantee you, if you try to get at one, get something, you know what I mean? It's not as easy as you think. Or the dog is, a lot of them is not even there. They don't even, have these dogs. You know?
Yeah, that's a very true statement there. That's a very true statement. Now, do you think it's because the journal? You think our networking has gone down through the lack of not having a journal or a sanctioned organization to sanction these shows and titles?
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. You know, that's part of it. Yeah, that's definitely part of it. That's definitely part of it because with that, back then with that, see, it was an easy follow. It was an easy follow right there. You know what I'm saying? And right now, people, you know what I mean? They're lost. They're lost unless you actually, you know what I mean? You got to be actually damn near active. You know what I mean? To even be in that, in that field with your own shit. To get good bred dogs, you know what I mean? I'm talking about stack like that, you know what I mean? It just ain't coming like that no more. People done broke that shit up. Like right now, I think that what that made, they got things down off that made two dogs of yours, right?
Yes, sir.
All right now, see now that right there, that's you know what I mean. That stuff right there is pretty, you know what I mean. That's pretty good, right? You know, that stuff that's pretty good. I had seen that when you had that one day. Now that's about the best thing. That was some good shit. I saw that in Reach, you know, but man, that's the reason that's another reason I haven't left my shit either because the game is so twisted that motherfucker can tell you anything. You know, you can make up some papers on anything. Mm-hmm. Or you know, so you really when it comes to that shit there, man, you got to know something, man. You got to know something, you know. Or just take your shot, you know what I mean? To take your shot and breathe and going on with you. Because what's on them papers and shit is necessary. It don't have to be what it say it is, you know. Like you said this morning, it don't have to be. Yeah, you know, the papers is just the papers. It ain't the dog, you know what I mean? We looking for the damn dog, you know. So I guess that's that's it. The paper shit is over pretty much. Not over, but you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, what we talking about, the old way, it's not happening like that. It's not happening like that. They're handling the game different. Like you say, it might be the mission of the young. You know, you can't follow it. You know, they're not getting it. They don't got it the way we had it back then. That's over right there. You can't. It's not. You know what I mean? They putting down. It's the law now. They're trying to make it a law. You can't. You know, it was very easy for us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Seven.
Huh?
You know, me and you are real critics. We go to a lot of shows and we used to look at a lot of dogs. Okay, we're critics. You know, we can laugh a lot about some of this shit. Okay, so my question to you is, let everybody know your feelings about what you look for when you watch a show. It's not your dogs. You just, you know, how are you so lucky sometimes that you pick a winner? Like if I was at the racetrack, I could be standing by you. I can make a lot of money with you because you pick a lot of good dogs and don't even know them. What is that you have that you're able to do that?
Well, you know, I don't know. I get an eye. You know, I guess it's my eye for the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been dealing with them a little while. I had got enough experience, you know, with a dog. You know, I can just, you know, you can see them. You know, you can tell. And it won't be long. But I know you remember that. I real, and I'm still am. I can still call them motherfuckers. You feel me? But it's just what I you know, you ask me what I look for. Shit, I ain't what I'm looking for is what they gonna show me. You feel me? That bitch gonna show me, you know, in due time. I'm looking at two dogs doing what they do, and a good 5-10 minutes, man. You pretty much. You can pretty much know which way this thing gonna go. You know, it's very rare it turns around the other way. That's what me personally, because I guess you know what I'm not. You know what it is. I don't look at how the dog. I look at number one what he doing. You know, and then number two, I look at how he takes what he gets. You know, and you know, so I guess it's just a summer. You know, you can sum that shit up right fast. You know, and hey, you know, I come up with it. You know, because yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, you can tell the look. It's a look in their face too. They tell you the face tells everything. It's just like with humans. You know, a bitch that you can look a scared man in his face. I don't care if he's fighting. You can see it. You know, or whatever, however this person may feel, angry, mad, or whatever. You know, the face tell it, the eyes tell it. You know, so if I see a word, I look for a word, motherfucker. You know, that word, motherfucker. The first word, bitch, ain't gonna win. You feel me? So I guess that's it. There it is. That answers it right there. That word, motherfucker. You hear me? When I see that word look in your motherfucking eye, I'm like, you still getting down now. But bitch, I see it. You know, that word, I guess that word, motherfucker. When I see that word, bitch, but see, I'm looking for that bitch who ain't worried. That bitch ain't worried. That bitch ain't worried, boy. That bitch ain't thinking about it. But to pick your loser, you got to look for the wordness. You want to spot the wordness first, because who's the check how far a not word motherfucker will go. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
So, your quickest way is to look for the first word, motherfucker. The bad sign, man. You know, bad signs is gonna show you. You know, it's gonna show you. You can see a dog, man. A dog is real determined, man. You know, a dog is. These pit bulls can be a motherfucker when them bitches doing their thing. That bitch is real determined to get there. That bitch is real determined to stay in home. That bitch want nothing more than to be in hope. So you got a motherfucker that's doing anything less than that. That bitch ain't his hopes ain't that high. Because you already know the characteristics of these motherfuckers, man. These bitches, that's all this bitch want to do is get in there. So if he ain't trying to do that pretty much tells a lot of it. You know, so that's how I be picking they motherfucking ass.
Okay.
You ain't trying to be a fool about it, man. I hate to say it. Yeah, they crazy about it, man. They're a fool for it, man. They want it, you know. They want it bad, and you know that be the problem with a lot of these dudes. These dudes bring shit to the box. That shit, they want to fight more than the damn dog. You know, and that ain't no shit you take to the box. I don't give a damn how you got them started up. If you got a motherfucker fight, you know, you done. You see here and want a dog to tell you if that's what they want. He could tell you it's all in his swag, it's all in his movement, it's all in how that bitch wake up in the morning and look at you. Mm-hmm. How you stand up on the goddamn end of the chain when you fall out there. You know, that bitch gonna tell you if he's a motherfucking match dog, or he gonna tell you if he's just a dog. You know, you won't just go make a goddamn dog into a match dog. He's gonna teach your ass, because they got the matches out there.
Mm-hmm. So, my question now.
A good dog, man. A good dog, it ain't all about any fighting, man. A good dog is his character, his mind, himself. You know what I mean? That bitch, we all know how to communicate with our dog. So, if that motherfucker ain't telling you he's that, don't try to make him that. Don't believe nothing else, man. He done told you. You know how that bitch is. I know you want that bitch jumping off the wall. He's not doing it. So, you still want to match. You know this bitch don't act like around the house. You know you don't act like. So, but you still want to do it because, hey, you got a little mouth. He might can bite harder. I seen a dog down there beat his ass for an hour and 40 minutes and he scratched. All right, so you want to still run with him. You know he ain't a match dog because he don't act like one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
a match dog, that bitch act like one. That bitch tell you he won.
So if you was to pick with all the shows that we've been to and we've seen, what would you call your greatest show that you seen?
Well, not my best, my greatest show was I would say that the greatest match or the best match or however you want to put it that I seen was I would got to say that was my longest match. Yeah, and I ain't gonna say the greatness and all that came from how long it was. You know about the length of that motherfucker. You know, it was, you have to be there to see it, to see what I'm talking about, how these dogs are still holding it up after 2-3 hours. You know what I mean? That meant a lot. I would have to say, I can't think of nothing else, man. I can't think of nothing else, but it's yours. There's nothing to really think on. It was a psycho match against Psycho and what that dog was he had went into Psycho got on.
The Gator and Lumpy.
The Gator dog. Psycho and the Gator dog, which you handled in conditions. Which is that had to be my and guess what? That's been years ago. And I'm talking about years ago, early in my time, and I still right now today, I know I won't say now, but I still throughout my whole career have been never run across a match that match showed me, taught me a lot. Things that people would say, or you didn't know, or you think, a dog ain't biting if he in there that long, and all this shit here, and all this, that match showed me a lot about the pit bull terrier. And it gave me an eye, what it did, it sharpened my eye. So really, it made it hard on dogs. That match alone still sits with me. And so, like I said, it made it hard on dogs with me because them dogs set such a high fucking standard. And at that, you wouldn't believe. I think they was young as a motherfucker. How old they was? I think it was young dog.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, them bitches was young, man. Yeah, they matched them dogs, man. Them dogs went like 3 hours and 15 minutes. I think 3:17. Yeah, that had to be that's it. Ain't got it. Ain't that's it. That's it. And this went 3:17. I'm talking about biting and everything, but we know why.
Yeah.
We know why, and so I guess we're gonna get another stamp here. We know why those dogs. Well, now today I know why. Back then I probably would have thought a lot of things, but I know why them dogs did what they did in there.
I was going to get
the reason they did what they did. It was the caliber they was. It was the caliber dogs. Number one, and number two. What really defined the whole thing, because it could go either way, was the reason they was in there was the keep, because you could have took any dogs. You could take any elite dogs. A dog can be elite like that, but you had to have a hell of a keep on that motherfucker to see what I seen. And guess what? I haven't seen that. And that never came about again. And that was the keeping. That was the keeping those dogs. And the thing about it, they had the same keep on both dogs. Y'all had the same keep on both dogs. Some of us using your keep. I know those stories like to see And so it was the keep that kept them dogs acting like that. But they was bred and they was good enough, and they was the caliber of dogs to fulfill it. Now, don't get me wrong, they taking them from the dogs, but they couldn't have done it. They couldn't have done it without the keep. They have fell flat first. They couldn't have done it, and not scratch. I seen that psycho dog scratches. Last one, courtesy scratch like the first. Don't call it at 317. That told me a lot. That really woke me up, man. You know, I got to say it was the keep. It was the keep in that. It was the keep did that, man. That was the keep did that. I take my hat off to you right there, but you have a fire keep. You have a fire keep. And it showed in both of those dogs, because if either one of them bitches wouldn't have had, that any other keep, it wouldn't have last. That's why it went the way it went. You know, they was able to recover. The bitches was able to just everything. The keep was perfect. They was able to endure what the punishment they took. You know, and it was all based on the keep. You know, it was all you had. It was the keep. Right now today, it is no. I don't think there's no one around. There's no one around. Ain't nobody out there gonna pull it off. They can't pull it off in that degree. I haven't seen it. There's no one around shaping dogs like that.
Well, thank you, bro. Damn.
I don't. Yeah, there's no one. They ain't shaping dogs like that. I seen that with my own eyes. I seen them dogs. I ain't saying nothing. There's no story nobody tell me. I seen them dogs. I seen them dogs breathing at 245. I'm looking at how they breathing. I'm checking these dogs.
They was biting at 245.
I take my hat off to you, man. You did your thing in there. And the only reason that boy was still there because they don't know how they had done. You know what I mean? They put the same. You gave them the keeps. They put both keeps on. Yeah. But they couldn't get past you, the original. See, like I say, when it comes to that keep, you can tell a person to keep. And generally, we try to give it all to him. You know, but you won't actually have it all. You can't get what that man got. Because keep is real. A lot of it's going to get based on the animal and doing it once you get into the animal. And so it's going to be some adjustments. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But when you just get a keep of somebody and you run with it, that's all you know to do is run with that. You don't know nobody fucking adjust it. You know, but so I think that's why you came out successfully on the end of that motherfucker. But that's why he stayed in there with you too, though. That was the keep. It was the keep on them dogs. Them dogs had the same keep, but they didn't have the adjustment. They didn't have the adjustment.
Mm-hmm. So what part?
You feel what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So in that show, in that match, where did you see the tide change?
Where did I see the tide change in that match? Well, that bitch is pretty much even all the way to the. It was pretty much even all the way to the end. But I seen the tide change. I think when he hit that bitch he went across that bitch face, didn't it?
Yes, sir. I told him.
That's when it changed. Yeah, he went across that bitch face. The sack hit him. The sack went in his face and went in his face. That's what changed the game right there. That's what that little dog didn't like.
Yep.
That changed the game right there. He didn't like it. Yeah, he didn't like that. Then it hadn't been too late. Shit, it hadn't been a couple hours before he even made that move. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
It was so long ago, man. That's been shit. Damn, that 25, 30 years ago, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's been so goddamn long. I remember the motherfucking show. Well, I know that Psycho was a bulldog, man. He had a devastating to keep on him, man. He couldn't have done it without you. I know that good. And both of y'all displayed in high fashion, brother. Both of y'all did. Both of y'all. That was on both of y'all right there. Because he couldn't have done it without you, and you couldn't have done it without him.
That's right. I be telling those guys that too, man. When I pointed at that dog's nose, and I pointed down there and said, "Cycle, that's what I want right there," and he grabbed it and got that dog's foot caught in there with it, changed the match, man.
Oh yeah, that changed the game when you went across that motherfucking pickle. Yeah, that changed the game. You're right. I see. Yeah, that. But that dog did well, man. That was, you know, I would take one. I would take one of them motherfucking dogs, man. Them dogs won but 20-some months, man. 20 months old, man.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I'm gonna pull up the Little Mate's sister. I'm gonna pull up the Little Mate's sister to that Gator dog. You know she produced a grand champion and a champion. The Little Mate to that dog.
The Little Mate sister to the Gator dog.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna pull it up I'm gonna pull it up here. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I never knew that.
Yes, sir.
I know Psycho was a half brother to Mayday, wasn't he?
Yes, sir. Yep. He was off of Dolly too.
Yeah, he was off of Dolly.
Okay. Hold on, give me a second, fellas. I'm gonna pull this pedigree up and show my friend that, you know. Hey, Seven, at one time somebody was going around saying that they had Lumpy and that Lumpy was never in St. Pete. I said, well, I don't know who told you that, but you know for a fact, just like I do, don't you?
Shit, Lumpy was my old partner. Our partner had Lumpy with a belly full on. Then that's the one. That's the dog. And that's the dog on your boy got pregnant.
Yep.
And that was the damn dog. That's the bitch. That's the dog Psycho went on.
Yes, sir. One of them puppies. That's right.
One of them damn puppies right there. Yeah, them dogs is right here. Them dogs is right here.
Okay.
Stowman had them.
Yep, Stowman. That's right. Sure did.
Yep. Yeah, Stowman had them. Had that bitch with a belly full of puppies.
Came from James Crenshaw's house full of puppies, right off the Gator. Am I right?
Yeah, you did right. That bitch come right off a Gator. She was already off a Gator, and they bred Gator back to her.
And sent it. That's
that
right.
That nigga bought that bitch pregnant from Gator.
So did. Well,
and he raised them motherfuckers in his backyard. That nigga tried to sell me. Hey, I supposed to have had one of them motherfuckers, man. I supposed to have had one of them dogs, man. I supposed to have had one of them damn dogs, man. But for some reason, I don't know. I had all that Geronimo shit around that then. I supposed to have had one of them dogs, so man. Stowman was trying to get me one of them puppies, man.
Yes, he was, because he had a lot of them.
It was a gang of little puppies come out that bitch. I just had a nice little. So then he was trying to get me to get one of them bitches. I remember that though, man. I thought I had one of them bitches. Then when we went to the show, and I seen that motherfucker meal, I said, "Ah, damn." I was so motherfucking disappointed I didn't get one of them bitches, man. That was amazing. But you know what though? I did end up getting some of that brute dog. The brute dog one, you know the brute dog, right?
Yeah.
Champion Brutus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Champion Brutus. Yeah, that Champion brute dog. We had a 2-time win over Champion Brute. Well, he was little brute. Slaughter boys, a little brute. I had a couple of dogs out of that bitch. That man, they fuck around and got killed as young pups, man. Them. I was finna get that bitch to try. I probably would have been still stuck off in it, you know. Because I started something, I kind of stayed with it. But them bitches just got away from it. So that's another reason I had it.
Wow.
And when they got away, I ain't really searched for it again because, like I said, I was really on my Geronimo stuff.
Okay, hold on, dude. I'm trying to find this. There she go.
That Geronimo dog, for the record, that Geronimo dog was the best dog ever stood between my legs. Anybody want to know? For the record, Daddy's Geronimo. Best thing going, best thing showing, man. Straight up.
Okay, I got her pulled up here. You know, Champion Brick. He you know, they bred the Maytooth to this female right here. There she go, right there, off of Gator and Lumpy. This is the puppies he's talking about. Seven, I'm gonna let it catch up to you so you can see it, all right? Because I'm gonna after everybody catch up, then I'm gonna take it to the sibling. I mean the offspring.
Yeah, them bitches that were born right here, man.
Right there in St. Pete. Go ahead, Seven.
No, I said, yeah, them bitches was born right here, man. And what you said, she what you clicking over? I ain't looking at it. Let me see. What you did you say? Yeah, but you found the offspring?
Yeah, I got the offspring. They put the offspring up there and show you what this little bit.
Hold on a minute. Let me.
Okay.
Let me see here. I was looking at something else.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all right. So but you got the offspring up?
Yep. Here it comes. Gary, put it up now.
All right. Yeah, them bitches, them was some good ass dogs right there, boy. That was good. And they produce. They really were bred to produce.
Right.
You know, you look at them. Them dogs bred to produce. If you get something out of it, you all right. But them bitches that was bred to produce.
And they produce. Okay, there's the offspring. There's her offspring.
Yeah, okay.
And that's the Yankee boys.
When they bred them back to Crenshaw Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Crenshaw you got him a grand champion and a champion. You got a grand champion and a champion out of that bitch.
Yes, sir.
I could believe it, man. You know, you seen that motherfucker, man.
Yes, I did.
Shit,
and look at that.
I can believe it. Good dogs come from good dogs, man. Them dogs, that was more than good. That surprise.
Yes.
That surprise dog and her brothers and sisters, man, them bitches, that was more than good, man. Them bitches, that was great.
That's true. That's true. And then they bred them.
Bitches was great.
They bred her to Maytooth. And that breeding the Maytooth produced this chick here.
Y'all bred who to Maytooth?
To special. We bred Maytooth to special. There it is, right? You're gonna see it right here. We bred Maytooth to special. Inbred Mayday to inbred Gator. Inbred Mayday to inbred Gator. How can you beat that?
Can't beat that. Now you can't beat that right there. That motherfucker right there. What did he get out of that?
I'm gonna show you. Here we go.
This should be serving somebody that motherfucker.
Surprise. What I keep saying? Oh, I keep calling it special. I'm sorry. Yeah, surprise. I'm sorry. This is the dog. This is the dog. They produced Evo. This is the mother's Brick. This dog now is a champion named Champion Brick. He's off of that. He's off of that breeding. The mother was made to the Surprise, bred to the Stone City dogs. Hardcore in Stone City. I just pulled the pedigree up. Another good formula, bro. Another good formula. Brick, he beat Missing Link, his first one. This picture of him is the night before that we went into Missing Link. It's a small picture, but you can kind of see the muscles and the body build. You know, and that's what I used to like about me and Seven. We had the same concept. He's hard on his shit too. And you know, we are sarcastic about the shit. We are. We're two sarcastic guys. We were made for each other. That's why we had so much fun doing what we did. It was sometimes it wasn't always pretty because you're dealing with two of the same. You know? It's like me trying to convince him of something. Yeah. Yeah. But one thing for sure, it was all in the good week. It was all in the, okay. Sorry, y'all, I'm yelling and kind of get excited. You know how I get when I get excited. Okay. What I was saying was, we used to put a lot of work into these dogs. And we used to have many conversations. Many conversations. You know, and I'm just trying to say that in those conversations, so much came out of it. You know what I mean? A lot came out of it. So, hey, let me know if my vocals is getting too hard, guys, because, you know, I got the mic right back down here in front of me again. So, you got to push this mic up out my way.
You kind of hard. You kind of getting away from the mic over here.
Okay.
I can barely hear you.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hold on, we getting the sound back right, bro. Okay, you back. All right, sorry about that, fellas. You know, I got a little ahead of myself. No, what I was speaking on is we put a lot of hard elbow work in there. You know what I mean? And the results show. I mean, I'm proud of you. Really, I'm really proud of you because it just shows you what happened. Right. It just shows us when it has two good dog men and they grow together, things work together. You know what I'm saying? And you took that stuff and you ran with it, bro, and you did a great job. I mean, you didn't just go get one champion. You went and got a couple of them. You know, because once you figured that part out, bro, I knew wasn't nothing going to stop you. I knew wasn't nothing going to stop you, man. And I want everybody to know that, okay? So let me say something, man. I appreciate you coming on my show. I appreciate the time and information that you shared with everybody, okay? Because it's been a long time, man. Nobody even know you existed out there, bro. And what I tell you, I said, they don't know gotta eat. Gotta eat, man. You got to come on my show. And this is not a guy who does this. You best believe he's not a guy that does this. So for him to do it for me, that shows we still got that love for each other. We still got that camaraderie. And I salute you, bro. I salute you for giving me that opportunity.
What it is, man. Ain't nothing changed, man. We still getting down for real and going hard.
Okay. Hey guys, I need them thumbs up. I need them roses. I need you to acknowledge the fact that this man has done a great job today on this show. And you know how we do it over here, going hard. Come on now. I need to see it. When this man go back there and look at this shit, I want him to know that he was appreciated today. I appreciate him. I want you to appreciate him because he said a mouthful. He said a mouthful. Hold on, 7. Let my people get to work, man, because they're gonna be putting me one of them thumbs up. I need thumbs up. I need roses. I need everything that you got to throw at him, man. Let them know that he did his thing today. And let them know how much y'all appreciate him, man.
Yeah, I'm about to get ready. You know, I got to get ready up on the on. I got some work here to do.
Well, all right, bro. I'm gonna hold you up, but look, when you get a chance, you go back and look at that, man, and pick up the love on that, man, and get back up with me and tell me what you think. All right?
All right, yeah. I'll do that, there, man. It's been good, man. It was good, talking to you, bro. Especially back to, catching up on some more time, man. I'm gonna try to link up with you here, man, soon, man.
It's no problem, bro. We're gonna do that anyway. We got time, bro. We still together, ain't we? We got all time in the world.
Yeah, believe that.
Hey, man, I really appreciate it. Everybody, look, shout out to 7. That's Gotta Eat. That's Gotta Eat 7. Everybody with a big shout out. Everybody with a one-time salute. So, hey, bro, you get a chance to look back on that, man, and go ahead and set what you got coming, all right?
Yeah, man. All right, man. Y'all be good, man. I'm out of here.
All right, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
1. All right, guys. My voice is going all over the place. I know I was getting loud. I was trying to keep it together. I was getting a little, this mic, man, this mic is not good to be around me, man, because I get excited, you know what I mean? And I start messing up the sound. Mike starts getting mad at me. Turn this shit on, you know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying, fellas? I just get excited, all right? So if I squawked in your ear, man, please forgive me, because that was a good show, man. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed him. And again, there's another receipt. I'm not self-proclaiming nothing. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to show you guys that this is going hard. What I share, I'm sharing to y'all. I'm getting ready to share all this to y'all. Yeah, it's going to go through a process, just like it's going to go through a process with them. Believe me, didn't everybody jump on board? When I go out to help somebody, everybody got their little way of thinking. Okay? Don't nobody just want to jump in there and go, twin, put it all on me. No, it don't work like that. They didn't do that. They had to see for themselves. Once you see what I'm doing, then they had to see for themselves. Okay? And then you go. I mean, that's 3 guys, and it's not too many more after that. I can't think of any more. Maybe there's somebody else out there, but these are guys that I had spent time with. Tony Wade, Gainesville, and now Gotta Eat. Those are 3 kennels. And if you notice, all 3 of those kennels got champions. Not 1, not 2. They got a couple of them. See, those are my receipts. So when you add that to my equation, hey, that's a lot of champions amongst 4 kennels that all of us are good friends. Good friends. Now I got this responsibility that I had to take upon myself to bring anybody that want to come inside that circle to help me put this thing back. The integrity, the line, the breedings, the sanctioned champions. You know what I mean? No more self-proclaiming shit. Believe in that, man. Like I believe in it, we gonna go a long way, man. We can fix this. I'm working on it. I'm telling you, and it's coming together. But I'm sorry, guys. I got y'all up on a Saturday morning, man. That was the only way I could get this dude. I had to get him, okay? I'm so happy you guys came out and seen it. I'm pleased that y'all, I know you enjoyed it because it's flying out all over the place. It's flying all over the place. Man, and that's why I love you guys, man. Let me tell you something. That's why I love y'all. Because y'all can make a man feel real good, man. Them guys calls me back, man. Them people calls me back, man. And they be telling me, man, I like your podcast, man, because your people, they on to that. These people, we lost me. Mic check 1. Mic check one. Yes. I'm so glad to put that thing up out there. Yes.
Okay,
Hang on, guys. All right, brothers. What I was saying was, you know, I'm glad I got this mic out situation. It's me, guys. I know it's me because I have a Marine voice, an old raspy Marine voice, and that raspy part of my voice aggravates the shit out of these computers in those sound boxes. You know, so it is shut down just because I'm doing emphasis on certain things that I'm saying. But what I was saying was, a lot of people that I've talked to who have been on this show with me, there ain't but 3 of them, but those guys with really 4, you got Snipe, they really appreciate my crowd. I have a badass crowd. My following, hold on, man down, still running. Man down. Nope, still running. Okay, am I back? Mic check.
You're back.
Okay, I'm back. Now, what part did I lose? Tell me where I lost it. Where I lose you guys at? I know the sound
You got
didn't.
the crowd, that thing.
Okay, yeah, the crowd. Okay, they like my audience. You know, my audience is a down ass audience, man. Because you know, man, y'all make everybody feel that because you know y'all make me feel it. Y'all spread it. You spread the love. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be able to see y'all continue that. We got bigger things coming, man, and this thing is gonna get bigger. But my front foot soldiers, the ones that I can go back and play this thing over again and just read y'all chats, look how y'all participate. Hey man, all y'all are up here with me and down here. I'm just letting you know that. Okay? Up here and down here. And that means a lot to me, man, all day. I have to salute every single one of y'all, man. I'm glad to see y'all came. I hope it was worth getting up coming to. You know, we've seen some more great dogs, that's for sure. You know, another example and receipt of the formula. There's a formula here. And I just really hope that we can work together and network and start bringing some of these dogs together. Like he said, see, this is where it's going to happen at, right here on this talk show. On this talk show. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. We're going to bring this thing together. And when we fall off and go down into that basement, who's going to be on that journey? That's the key. It's the key. Let's get on the journey and let's take it together, man, and let's take it to a higher level. Let's bring it back the way it used to be. Remember somebody made a comment, well, things are different than it was 20 years ago. That's right. Maybe we need to go back 20 years then. Because we can't leave it like it is now. We can't leave it like it is now. And guess what else we found out, guys? There's a lot of good bred dogs still out there. We got to get in network and get these lines together, man, because those lines are very important to the history. We need more of these historical breedings. We need more of these historical shows. We need to have our stuff where we don't have to go on hearsay or self-proclaim, you know? And that's what we're working towards, you know? And I need you guys to do it. And then in the process, let's enjoy doing it. You know, I was in the parking lot with these boys yesterday, man. For y'all that didn't hang out in the parking lot, y'all just don't know what you missed. You know, that parking lot jammy, man, I think we're going to have to start incorporating that and start adding a couple more things outside the show, man. And just, you know, Mike wants to come up with some new things for the parking lot. You know, we got, you know, he's a producer. We're both producers. But guys, you got to understand something. We are 61 years old. We're down there getting there. You know what I'm saying? We're down there getting there, all right? So for us to be able to do things down there on the level with you guys is there's a lot of old school dog men, but then there's a lot of young school dog men. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be able to share all these things together, y'all done took a whole bunch of years off of me. A whole bunch of years. I want to get down there to them younger years, man, when I was doing things and doing them just for y'all. Just for y'all. You know, this is our private box. I don't care about everybody else out there. Actually, we need everybody to come, or we need to go out there to them. If they can't come to us, then we're going to take it to them. That's what's going to end up happening, because everybody's going to be kicking in the door to try to get to this. Everybody. All we need is a few good ones to make it happen. Them few good ones can change the world. And that's what I'm looking for. I hope that's what you're looking for. I'm ready to kick out this beat, have me some fun, close out the rest of this show, and let you know, as we always do. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for getting up. I hope y'all really did enjoy this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really hope you really enjoyed it. So, well, then we lost the mic. Okay. Yeah, I hope y'all really enjoyed the show. Don't forget to do your comments. Those are new to the pod. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, support, likes. Subscribe, support, like. This is what we have to do. This is what we're going to do. Remember, I really love the support, guys. I mean, like I said, this is not mine. No, everything that I'm doing, it's like y'all got everything to do with that, man. And I want you to continue doing that as we grow. Because as you grow, I'm going to put that and some back into it, okay? So let's continue the hype, because we are the hype. We are the hype. Not just me, not just Twin One. You guys are our hype. So let's make it happen, man, and let's enjoy this day, man. Thank you again. Love, peace, and look here, man. What you're always supposed to remember, man, regardless of what they say, you got to always scratch to win. Yeah. Peace. Nice, you like the music. The mic. Thanks, Night. right, fellas. All right, fellas. Hope you enjoyed the show. But it's time to go. I stayed with you as long as I could. But you gotta go. You got to get the hell up out of here. And I'm out.